Other organelles and cellular structures. Plant and animal cells have many common features shown in red ovals. Cell walls and chloroplasts, described in the previous section, are unique to plants. While both plant and animal cells have a vacuole, it is much larger in a plant cell. Vacuoles are membranous sacs, and they come in different shapes and sizes and have a variety of functions. Central vacuoles in plants store water. Absorbing water makes a plant cell more turgid, greater pressure inside the cell, which makes the cell stronger and more rigid. Central vacuoles that are full will take over most of the cytoplasm and literally push the organelles to the sides of the cell. They also store vital chemicals, pigments, and waste products. Animal cells and protists have smaller vacuoles. Contractile vacuoles can be found in certain single-celled protists. These act as a pump to expel excess water from the cell. This is especially helpful to those organisms living in a freshwater environment to keep the cell from exploding. Food vacuoles are mainly found in protists. The protist ingests food particles. The particles then fuse with a lysosome. The lysosome contains hydrolytic enzymes that break the food down. The cell wall is an outer layer in addition to the plasma membrane and is only found in fungi, algae, and plant cells. The composition of the cell wall varies among species and even between cells in the same individual. All cell walls have carbohydrate fibers embedded in a stiff matrix of proteins and other carbohydrates. Plant cell walls are made of the polysaccharide cellulose. Fungal cell walls are made of the polysaccharide chitin. Plants do not have bony skeletons like we do. How then are trees and flowers able to stand without falling over? Animal cells don't have cell walls, but plant cells do. Cell walls are more rigid than the flexible cell membrane. When the plant's central vacuoles are filled with water, they exert turgor pressure on the cell membrane, which then presses out on the cell wall. The plant cell will not explode or lose its shape like an animal cell would in a hypotonic environment. When the plant is dehydrated, the turgor pressure decreases and the cell is limp and droopy, resulting in wilted, limp lettuce and droopy flowers. The plant falls over. Animal cells have structures plant cells don't have. A cytoskeleton is a system of protein tubes that gives the cell structure and shape, and lysosomes digest and get rid of waste materials, described earlier. Plants carry out this function through special vacuoles. Animal cells also have a cytoskeleton made of tubes of protein, giving them internal structure and shape. The dynamic cytoskeleton allows animal cells to change shape and crawl on surfaces, something plant cells don't do. Click on this image to see the cell crawl. Can you see the cytoskeleton moving? The cytoskeleton is stained yellow/green and red in both of these images. Cytoskeleton is a network of 3 types of fibers within the cytoplasm: microfilaments, intermediate filaments, and microtubules. These fibers provide structural support and are also involved in various types of cell movement and motility.